It is Victory Monday, November 3rd. This is Jaguars Happy Hour. Jaguars Happy Hour is brought to you by Jet Home Loans. And now, a guy who holds the NFL record for longest field goal ever watched by a guy in a room with Mike Dempsey, J.P. Shadrick.
And welcome. I thought he was going to say halftime hot dogs. I hold the record for that, too. Welcome in. It is Jaguars Happy Hour on this Monday, presented by Jet Home Loans. And we've got a busy program ahead after a Jaguars win. Pete Prisco and Austin Lane coming up. Jaguars, a winner over the Raiders, 30-29 in overtime. A gritty Jags effort throughout the day. Jags battling injuries going into the game, and then in the game itself, lost a number of frontline players. So a lot of backups were out there at the very end, and at overtime, they still found a way to get it done. We'll keep it real about what the Jags could or should do before the trade deadline tomorrow. We'll answer some fan questions. We always do that. We'll go around the National Football League as well. We welcome in former Jags defensive end Austin Lane in studio with me here in Jacksonville. Hi, Austin. How are you?
How you doing, man? Now,
Good.
Do you get to punch out like my card that had like the lock of the week or whatever? So do you like hole punch it now? Because I was told I get 3 punches and then I become an EVP.
Yeah, probably.
So how does that work?
They throw those titles around here pretty easy.
Okay.
Pete Prisco, CBS Sports. What, are you going to give him the title or what?
I mean, look, Tony got the title and he never got any of those locks right, did he? I mean, so
Well, he's also a Hall of Famer, though.
You're going to be above. You're going to be above the selling. You got that going for you. 2 more and you're in.
All right, sounds good, man.
But yeah, Austin locked it, and won it, and sweated it, but got it. So you did a nice job. You got his first lock.
A
I like
win.
it.
That's first win on a first lock. That's pretty
I'll
good.
take it. Yeah. And by the way, Mr. Khan, I'm an extra large in Lululemon for the hoodie that I get too as well.
Oh, is that what you get? That's the prize. You get a hoodie, Pete.
I was told I'm gonna join the Lululemon mafia that we have here at the stadium, and then also with 2 more wins, then I become the EVP. So
Well, there's
EVP
only
junior.
2 guys that are in that mafia. You know that right now. They walk alike, they talk alike, they're identical EVPs or whatever in general matter. It's Tony dressing like Gladstone. Don't let anybody else fool you, Austin. There's nobody else in it. Nobody.
Okay.
And by the way, I saw on the other day that Lululemon actually has Jaguars gear now.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
New. Yeah, it's
Yep.
new this year, Pete.
Yep.
What's your size, Pete?
So you think about that. Baselli kind of was ahead of the curve. He got it going. He copying Gladstone made it become a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I think it was already done, and he was probably the first to get some, is my guess.
Maybe.
Yeah, come on.
But probably. But Gladstone was the first to get it. He copied Gladstone. Don't ever let him. Right.
100%.
But this isn't like a Jacksonville Jaguars exclusive, right? Like Lululemon's working with every NFL
I
team.
believe so.
Like.
I don't know. I'm not an
Maybe
expert
not.
on Lululemon and the Fanatics deal. But,
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever.
I hear it's fantastic, comfortable, and the whole deal. Maybe we should get Lululemon to sponsor the show.
Oh, we could all wear Lululemon one day and sport it here.
Let's go.
They should sponsor a segment.
Then we could all be like baby Basellis. And do we really want to be that? I mean, that's I don't know.
Well,
They were. I'll tell you what. Sunday they were happy.
Oh yeah.
Sort of.
well, yeah. There's
But you get.
a lot.
And
to
by
dig
the
in
way,
here.
by the way, guys, if the playoffs started today, and I know people hate to play that game, the Chiefs would be out, and the Jaguars would be in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
They
incredible.
would be the 7th seed right now. Absolutely, because they knocked off the Chiefs earlier in the year. Those wins add up as the season goes along. But, of course, yesterday, wild swing in momentum in this game. It was 6-0, and then the Raiders missed the extra point. The Jaguars, right before halftime, get a league record 68-yard field goal from Cam Little and get a little momentum going into the locker room. They ended up tying the game later. And if you're watching on Jaguars.com, you're taking a look at the Fox feed of it, and it just seems like he's forever down the field, gets it through the rush that came from the right, and then made it by about 5 yards. And that kind of changed the whole feel on the sideline from folks who were there, it sounded like. And then The second half, third quarter, it's 9-6. That's the score. Raiders are leading. And then all hell breaks loose in the fourth quarter in overtime, Austin. This was unbelievable.
It was insane. And to me, it was really sparked by that Cam Little field goal. And I'm not going to lie. I was nervous when he rocked out there because, I mean, I don't think, he was obviously having a rough go of it, right? But at that distance, I don't think anybody was really expecting any kicker to really make that, 9 times out of 10 or anything. Like it was a rare kick, and obviously he drilled it, and there was excitement, enthusiasm on that sideline. And to me, that's what propelled them in the locker room. Then they come out the second half, and the offense at least looked like a completely different team.
Yeah.
Did you
defense was a little more the same.
You cut him last week?
I didn't say I was going to cut him. I said, what did I say, Pete? What did I say now? I said bring in some competition for him. I mean, if you brought competition for him, he might have hit an 80-yarder. Who knows?
On you. We both said that. And I was, and you know what? Had he missed, not that one, but if he had been in that same situation later in the game and missed that one, then you might have thought about it again. But I think that field goal might now give him the confidence to start making all his kicks. Although the one that tied the game late didn't exactly go right down the middle either.
It was a low snap and a great hold by Logan Cook to even turn the laces and get it upright and to make that kick. So it was part of that as well. So,
but it was a great kick. It was a historic moment. And you're right, JP could have been to 71 or 72 maybe. Yeah. I mean, he banged that thing through. But here's the other part of this whole. He might have gotten himself right. The punting game still isn't great. The snaps still haven't been great. The coverage was certainly awful. I mean, the kickoffs were terrible on Sunday, the coverage. Why? What is going on? It's the same special teams coach, right?
Yes.
It's the same guy. So something's not right now, and they got to fix that because they ended up giving up that kickoff in overtime? Where'd they end up getting
Mostert
that?
That was
I mean, Mostert averaged 40 yards a return.
I mean, at some point, just kick it out of the end zone, I think, and just take your chances.
Correct. And then they would have put the ball at the
35
or whatever.
I think he'll take that.
So you're better off with that. I don't know why they didn't do that.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, real quick with Cam Little, props to him because it's weird. I remember being a kid, and who was the guy from Denver who hit like the 60-yarder?
Elam.
Elam. I felt like that was like the world stopped for that one. Like that was in the news cycle for like a week. I remember being a kid and like watching like Good Morning America, and it's on there. Oh, Jason Elam and everything. And now it's like
that was against the Jaguars, by the way. And you were a kid. And I was at that game covering it.
Yeah, and now it's like he breaks the record, a 68-yard kick. It wasn't a 70-yarder in the preseason. Like this means a lot now, and it's like okay.
Yeah.
On to the next thing.
Now, there's been, kickers this year in the league are like 7 of 11 on 60-yard kicks this year or more, which is unbelievable.
Well, the ball has something to do with it, too. They have their own balls. They can use it all week,
too. They can work on it all week and not just on game day now. There's some of that.
Right, and that matters. But their legs are stronger. They train it better. And, look, now I think he's going to get himself right again. I think that's a confidence builder. And they needed that in the worst way.
All right, we'll get back to the kicker a little bit later. Let's get to the quarterback play in the game yesterday. Trevor Lawrence apparently puking all night, according to the head coach, going into the game and even up to game time. He was never not going to start. That's what we were told about 3 hours before game. He's going to start. He's expected to. But they had to report it just in case something were to happen mid-game. And Liam Cohen said after the game he looked like a ghost out there, just pale and everything. So they have the long drive, 17 plays, get down to the interception.
Then he by throwing an interception. So it was like standard for the day.
Yeah, certainly.
I watched the tape today. This is a shovel pass that's supposed to go to Travis Etienne, and it's a walk-in for a touchdown. And for some reason, he didn't throw it. I don't understand why.
Well, there was a defender there right by Etienne, Pete.
What's that?
There's a defender right by Etienne. Watch the play.
No. There's a lineman there, and
right
he
there,
throws
52.
it to it's a touchdown. 52. You can see it right there. That's a touchdown. If you can run that back again, and you take a look at Etienne coming across,
just lead him to the left, and he has it.
Yeah. Right there, it's a touchdown.
All right. I don't know, man.
He's got to throw. Yes, it is. It's a touchdown. He's got to flip that to him, and it's a touchdown. So he makes a terrible. If you don't flip it to him, throw it into the stands or throw it at somebody's feet. You can't do that.
All right.
That's just awful. I don't know. There's no chance that ball's getting to the receiver. None.
That's how the game began for Trevor Lawrence. And then in the second half, they started to run the football a little bit and move the ball offensively. And all of a sudden, he leads 2 touchdown drives later. He runs in for 2 touchdowns, including the game winner in overtime on the sneak right over the top. And you know what? It's a gritty all-around performance from the quarterback who had that mistake early in the game. But you know what? It's a 60-minute or a almost 70-minute game in yesterday's case, and he kept battling through. And that was I think the storyline of the whole game was yes, that from the quarterback, one, but adversity all throughout. 4 or 5, 6 guys go down out of the starting lineup on both sides of the ball yesterday. Yeah. And you're playing with guys who weren't on the team 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
wide receiver.
I mean, in terms of wide receiver, it felt like a preseason game with Trevor, leading the 2s and 3s. And props to him for doing that. Now, once again, I think what that game showcased against the Raiders, and I get it's the Raiders, and they're whatever. You still won the football game, and then that's all that matters. Go ahead and talk to the Green Bay Packers fans right now about how they're feeling about losing to the Carolina Panthers at home. Right, like this is it's the NFL. You're going to win some you're supposed to win. You're going to lose some you're supposed to win. But when we talk about what Trevor's bringing to the table, what this offense is bringing to the table, you saw the identity yesterday, and it was stemmed from the run game. Now, if you want to go on the box score and see like what the averages were and everything, I haven't seen them. I assume it probably wasn't that good. But when you talk about being committed to the run and going to Travis Etienne over and over again, that to me is what won him the football game right there.
Yeah, they have to run the football. And look, this is a team that wants to be physical and run. Everything they do is predicated on running the football. When they can't run the football, they don't throw it very well. And so I'm with you. I think they need to run the football. It was almost necessity on Sunday because of the injuries. You go into the game, Travis Hunter's not there, right?
Yeah.
Brian Thomas goes out with an ankle injury, and that looks like it might be the high ankle kind, which is not good. And then you look at him and you go, okay, who's he throwing to? The tight end's not there.
Giammi's out. Giammi Brown left.
When he did throw to the tight end, he dropped it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a touchdown. And so give Trevor credit. The throw on the goal line was absolutely atrocious, okay? It's a bad decision. But he kind of regrouped and took it upon himself to make the play when he needed to make the plays. And there, by the way, there were some nice throws that were called back. The throw to, was it Long in the middle of the field? That was like called back for a holding penalty, I think it was, where he got blasted. Remember, he took a bad shot? That was a great throw. He threw another one that Giammi Brown in the middle of the field, I think, was called back. And so there was a drop by Giammi Brown in the middle of the field.
Yes.
There it is right there. That was called back. And that was a great throw. He made some really good throws on Sunday. And so when you look at it, I give him a lot of credit for the way he responded and the fact he didn't have his guys. That tells you that he had to fight through some stuff, you could tell, but he regrouped and he became a gamer on Sunday. That's what I thought. I thought he became a real gamer on Sunday.
And this is the most important thing. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Right? And that first half of that offense, whether it was the interception, on the goal line, whether it was, once again, we talk about penalties, self-inflicted wounds and everything. You saw that a lot in the first half, but they came out and rebounded the second half. And once again, it was great complimentary football where it was running Tootin, it was running Travis Etienne, and then when you needed Trevor to make a play, whether it was with his legs or his arm, he was able to do that. Like that's what you need going forward.
Yeah. Let's come back in a moment. We'll get to the defensive side of the performance yesterday. They gave up some yardage. They gave up some yardage to the tight end as well. And some guys.
You think?
Yeah, a little bit. Decent day for Brock Bowers. We'll dig into that. Of course, get back to the kicking game a little bit later. We've got in the second hour fan questions. We'll keep it real. We've got a full plate. After a Jaguars win in overtime 30-29 over the Las Vegas Raiders, the Jags now 5-3. And if you want customized Jags furniture for your home, check out zipchair.com and browse all customizable options. ZipChair furniture for fans. This is Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Jaguars fans, are you ready to beat the heat? All season long, head to Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra Beach, Fleming Island, and the West Side to cheer on your Jags. And here's the game-changing play. Order the Beat the Heat Special, which includes 12 of the best wings in town, and score a free milkshake or ice-cold milk in the Jaguars Souvenir Cup, thanks to our friends at Florida Dairy Farmers. Fuel up, cool down, and celebrate your Jaguars with Mr. Chubby's Wings and Florida Dairy Farmers, the ultimate game day team.
Jacksonville builders score big with DL Cabinetry. As the official cabinet supplier of the Jacksonville Jaguars, they offer top-quality kitchen and bathroom cabinetry for any project. Enjoy fast turnaround, complimentary design, and great prices. Visit dlcabinetry.com today to learn more and to become a dealer. Limited spots available. DL Cabinetry, the winning choice for builders.
Yingling Traditional Lager, a beer that, like true legends, stands the test of time. Brewed by the same family for nearly 200 years, it's a crisp amber lager with a bold, smooth flavor that's perfect for game day. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching from your favorite bar, Yingling is the taste of tradition. Yingling, legends stand the test of time.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium, because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit Barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbecue.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
When it's your money, your business, or your home, you deserve a partner who sees and hears you. A partner who is by your side every step of the way. That's Ameris Bank. It's a commitment we're proud to make, and one we back up by providing financial solutions to empower you. Because at the end of the day, we are dedicated advocates for you. Visit your local branch or learn more at amerisbank.com. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
Obviously frustrating that, we kind of were mixing up. We were trying zone, we were trying man, we were blitzing, we were playing four-man rush. We were mixing it up pretty good, and credit those guys, Gino and Brock Bowers and those guys, they're skill players. I thought played a really, really good game. Jay Lou goes down, first drive of the game or whatever it was, and Jarian steps in. We're doubling Brock. We're playing zone. We're blitzing. So it was an old roller coaster game. The emotions. We tried to just stay level-headed, and at halftime, obviously the kick ignited us, as I mentioned, but nobody was flinching. Nobody was freaking out. There wasn't guys looking down. Even throughout, right? It was a back and forth the entire second half, and these guys just kept battling, making plays, and D. Ham with a huge play at the end of the game, man.
Liam Cohen on the Jaguars' defensive effort yesterday and the win in Las Vegas in overtime, 30-29. J.P. Shadrick with Austin Lane, Pete Prisco. The day after, the Jags now 5-3. And we'll get back to the offensive performance, Trevor Lawrence in the run game a little bit later. And, of course, the special teams day, some good, some bad there. And, of course, second hour fan questions. And we will keep it real as always. That's all in the second hour as well. We'll get back with Pete Prisco coming up. But I'm looking at Brock Bowers' line here. 13 targets, 12 catches, 127 yards, and 3 touchdown receptions. First multi-touchdown game in his young career, his second year in the National Football League. I guess he's healthy coming out of those weeks off, right?
Yeah, go ahead and give him all the top, the NFL Top 100. I'm sure he'll be on that list, and I'm sure that list will be featuring some Jaguars highlights because he feasted.
Yeah, and he did it last year too.
Yeah.
Some of that, okay, how much of that is you think attributed to the injuries and the changes mid-game. I mean, Jordan Lewis was out. Of course, the safety Eric Murray was on IR before the game. They had Antonio Johnson in there.
Well, and keep in mind, too, like Travis Hunter, you thought maybe could have played a little man coverage on him as well.
Sure.
I mean, we saw Travis Hunter on Travis Kelce a little bit for that Chiefs Monday night game. So I was kind of looking excited to see, okay, do you put Hunter on Bowers and kind of, shut him down a little bit? But obviously, we'll never know.
Yeah. Pete, what do you think about the Bowers explosion in the game yesterday? And is that attributed to some of the guys that were missing on defense?
Yeah, but he's a great player. I mean, he is a fantastic player. I would have done more to take him away. I would have beat him up. I would have doubled him. And if those other guys beat me, they beat me. Now, if you match up and play man on him and then double him over the top, you got to do some other things on the other side. And I'll give you an example. Montaric Brown had a good game, a really good game. But when he got caught in man coverage, covering the fast little speedy guy across the field, what happened?
Right.
He ran away from him. And if he doesn't fall down, it's probably a touchdown. And so you got to be careful doing the things you do. But I would have beat the daylights out of Brock Bowers. He's not beating me. If I'm playing Brock Bowers, I'm giving him the old treatment like Belichick gave Tony Gonzalez when he was at his prime. Remember, he put 2 and 3 guys on him.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I mean, like this can't happen. Middle of the field, I think if I'm not mistaken, on this play, if we can run that again, was he touched it? He's not touched. Well, right there. But you see who's touching him.
Nobody.
Clean release.
Who's misdirecting him there? The dropping defensive end. It's Josh Hines-Allen. I mean, so I think they were, look, right there.
Yeah,
he's trying to get his hands on him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ran right
so I just think there was some situations where this is just a great play. That's good coverage.
Yeah, the touchdown.
That's really good coverage.
Touchdown in the front right corner. We got the 1 foot and an elbow down. Yeah.
Now, the Wingard got abused on the one play. I mean, he just, and Wingard, when he gets matched up with guys, is going to have problems against them. That's just the reality of it. And so, and this was on, that's another one. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that looks like Montaric Brown might have had him on that play too. So it was a variety of guys. Would they have stopped them with the guys healthy? Probably not. But they would have definitely fared better against it.
Yeah,
no
especially
question.
if he's free releasing. It doesn't matter who's back on the back end if they're not getting him at the line of scrimmage.
Well, and this is starting to be a trend now to attack this Jaguars defense, because we've seen it the past 3 games with Seattle, LA, and now the Raiders, where I don't think they have a lot of respect right now for the safeties and also some of the linebackers into coverage. And we've seen tight ends come off scot-free, get open, and make giant plays. And you're getting ready to take a Houston Texans team now, and we'll see if they have C.J. Stroud or not, or Davis Mills. But they have a guy in Dalton Schultz, isn't even close to Brock Bowers, but can still beat you as well. Like, if I'm the Houston Texans, I'm saying, okay, well, we got Dalton Schultz. Let's put him across the middle until the Jaguars stop it, because that's been kind of the Achilles heel so far the past couple games for this Jaguars defense.
Here's the other part of that. I mean, both Antonio Johnson and Wingard are safeties that are better near the line of scrimmage. And so you don't really have anybody that can patrol the middle and make sideline-to-sideline plays. I think that's a real need for this team. It really is. Now, they thought Ransaw might be that guy, and he got hurt. So, I mean, that's the problem back there. They need a ball hawk. There's no ball hawk. Wingard's better at the line of scrimmage. There's no question about that. You get him in man-to-man coverage, he's going to have problems. And Antonio Johnson, there are times where he comes up near the line of scrimmage and can make a play in the run game, and then you watch him in coverage, and you go, what the hell is he doing? I mean, like on the 2-point play.
Right.
What was he doing? There's no reason not to carry number 2 up the seam. They busted it. And so I don't think I think Wingard's reliable. He's just not that, physically gifted enough in terms of running. And Antonio Johnson has the physical skills, but he blows a lot of stuff. And he's not twitchy, Antonio Johnson. You know what I mean? He's not twitchy.
Well, and Pete, to echo your point a little bit, I think when you talk about the safety position, very rarely do you have a safety who can be like that center fielder and also play in the box, right? Like that's That's a rarity. You barely find that. When you look at Dewey, like, and this is more than the physicality, the physical traits. This is more of like his mindset, I feel like, as well. Like, this guy wants to be in the action. Like, he wants to be on the line of scrimmage, coming downhill, putting a hit on a running back, for a tackle for loss. I think when you put him more in space and everything, like, he still has those instincts. If it's going to be a play action, I'm going to try to cheat a little bit because it might be a run. Then all of a sudden, I get beat, right? And that's what, Dewey's been showing the past couple weeks. So to me, it's not necessarily like, does he have the physical traits? I mean, okay, maybe he's not like the best 40-yard dasher out there, but I just think it's more of his mentality where he wants to be in the mix. And when you're playing center field, that free safety, you can't have that instinct. You got to stay back. You have to let your eyes guide you.
And by the way, if he's down in the box where he's more comfortable, that means you got one-on-one usually on the outside because you're not, you can't only have so many guys covering, and they don't have the corners that hold up in one-on-one.
Yeah.
So look, I get where Campanelli's having problems because it's hard to scheme around weakness. And that's what they're trying to do. They're scheming around weakness. If they had Travis Hunter and Jordan Lewis and now Newsom, who actually was pretty good on Sunday, then you could do some things. But without those guys, you got look, Monteric Brown is a good football player. He just doesn't run very well. You can't leave him in man-to-man situations. And so I think that's part of the restrictions on the defense right now that Campanelli has in calling a defense.
Josh Hines-Allen with a sack and a half ties the franchise career record, and had a split sack with Agba in the game, and then another one a little later. So he finally equaled the record, and not quite over the top yet.
Yeah, I mean, and once again, I think we talk about the pass rush. Josh Hines-Allen got home a couple times, but it's still, I think, a pressing issue. And I think this really comes down to a lot of them missing Devin Lloyd right now. And it's crazy because you look at Ventrell Miller, what he can do in the run game. Dude is solid in the run game, right? But when you ask him, I think, to blitz and to run like these various packages and everything, I think there are some deficiencies there. And I think what Devin Lloyd does so well, and this was really highlighted the first couple weeks of the season, when he blitzes, it's not just like a straight up, okay, go to the A gap. No, like he's running games with like Trayvon Walker sometimes where Lloyd will set a pick for Walker and then Walker gets off scot-free. Like, that's what Lloyd can bring to the table. I think that's what they're missing right now because they're having a hard time getting home with 4. And if you're having a hard time, then you have to manufacture with blitzing. And right now I just feel like they don't have that blitzer that can really put them over the top to get that pass rush. Or
the corners to match up if you do blitz.
Yeah.
Right. That's a problem. And so, yeah, the 4-man rush is not getting home. And look, Josh Hines-Allen got that one sack. He came from, Reno to get it. He came all the way. It was a great play, but he went all the way around to get it. And by the way, he wasn't working against Colton Miller. He was working against Stone Forsythe, who's not a very good left tackle. So the thing is they chipped him and helped with him a bunch, just like every other team. And, he can fight through that. The problem is they get nothing on the other side, and they get nothing from the middle. Trayvon Walker, you're on the field. You took your hand out of the club. It's like the fingers are out, I guess, right now. And he still didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. And so your concern is there. Your concern is you get nothing on the interior rushing the passer. Devon Hamilton's been really good. I watched the tape today. He's been really good the last 4 or 5 weeks against the run, but he's not going to push the pocket. That's not who he is. Even on the play he made, he's not anywhere near pushing the pocket.
Right.
And so I think they have issues. And I've said this before, and we'll talk more about this. They need to explore help there. They do. They do.
That sounds like a good keeping it real segment.
Mason Smith, I thought he'd be good. He's not good. He's just a guy.
That sounds like a good keeping it real segment coming up in just a little bit. We might have to dig a little deeper into that, Pete. I like that. And maybe some other positions where they could.
By the way, Ventrell Miller was not good on Sunday, particularly in coverage. You said it, Austin.
Yeah, like I said,
lost.
In the run game, like, dude, I mean, I like the mentality that he brings. And, that penalty was bogus as far as I'm concerned. The one where, like, the rear slam or whatever. I mean,
you can't go throw him backwards.
You sure
anymore.
though?
That's the rule.
Okay, but like also,
rules.
so what he's supposed to do is kind of tap him up and let him get a couple extra yards, or what's the plan?
I don't know.
You can pull him down. You just can't throw him down.
Right.
Okay.
Because you know why that is. You don't want anybody breaking their neck.
No, I hear you. But, it's still football. I mean, listen.
Forget who we're dealing with here. This is an MMA fighter.
I'm going to err on the side of the rear suplex,
to the ground and choke them out.
Yeah, choke them out. They're going to tap out. And
well, I mean, if we're on it, then, Walker, we throw that elbow. Throw it down a little more. That Muay Thai elbow, you got to throw that down a little more. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
No,
well, you got ejected. If you get a throw and make it count.
I mean, by the way, he's got one bad hand and he's throwing punches with the other hand. That doesn't make any sense. That's not smart.
Come down with it. Yeah.
Well, don't throw punches. He got pulled down. By the way, that's what happened. That's why he got mad. You see, they hooked him and grabbed him and pulled him down.
Yeah.
He got mad about that. But you can't. When you're one of the only two ends that can get pressure, there's no way you can go off the field.
Right.
And by the way, he hadn't got much pressure.
No, he is not. Let's return and get back into the offense a little bit and what they had to do with all those players down. They were down to one tight end at one point. Mm-hmm. And Cole Van Lanen had to come in. I mean, he was the extra lineman and came in an adverse situation to play left guard down the stretch. We'll dig into some of that coming up as well. A little later, more on Cam Little and what happened to the football that he kicked for the record yesterday. That's coming up. Second hour, a little bit later. Fan questions, keeping it real, and much more. And the Jags are gearing up to face the Chargers on November 16th. It's the annual Salute to Service game. Join us as we honor and celebrate the brave men and women of the military all game long. Go to Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We're on 1010XL, Jaguars.com, and Jaguars YouTube. It is Jaguars Happy Hour.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger, made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Hey, I'm Logan Cook, punter for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Driving distracted or stolen is dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for everyone on the road around you. Ride with Do Not Disturb. That call, text, or social media message can wait. Choose your music before you turn on the ignition. Anytime your eyes are not on the road ahead, you're distracted, so pay attention. But remember, drive high equals DUI. Plan ahead, have a designated driver, keep a clear head to see clear ahead, and let's get everyone home safely.
Are you ready to love how you feel, look, and live in every season? At Elace, we offer more than just luxury med spa treatments. We provide a serene, judgment-free space where you can reconnect with the best version of you. Whether you want to refresh your natural look with Botox or Dysport, pamper yourself with a relaxing hydrofacial, or rejuvenate your complexion with laser resurfacing, our expert team in Jacksonville is here to tailor treatments to your needs. Visit Elace.com today and start your journey to loving yourself.
Hey Jags fans, stop dreaming of creating your game day fan cave and build the Jaguars den of your dreams with ZipChair. When it comes to maximum comfort, ZipChair.com is the only place for officially licensed Jaguars recliners, sofas, bar stools, office and gaming chairs, all featuring high-quality embroidered Jags logos. Crack open a few cold ones in the comfort of a ZipChair and make your home the place to be on game day. Head over to ZipChair.com and save 20% today. Use code JagsRadio at checkout. ZipChair.com, furniture for fans.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Got to give Edgar Bennett a lot of credit. he got those guys ready to play. Tim Jones and Tram and Parker. You're down to 3 wideouts. You're down to 1 tight end at one point. I mean, the whole thing. But, yeah, it definitely impacted a little bit in terms of what the positions you can put them in, right? I mean, I couldn't just go off the call sheet and call a lot of the game plan runs or plays, passes, because there were some intricate formations and things that we had guys mixing and matching. So that's why we just kind of stuck with the run at that point, in the overtime especially, to just let them go line up, play, and compete.
There's the head coach, Liam Cohen, after the game yesterday, describing the scene late fourth quarter and in overtime in the wide receiver core for the Jags. Welcome back. It is Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans. JP Shadrick, Austin Lane from the Hyundai Studios. Pete Prisco down in South Florida with us after an overtime victory for the Jags. And he mentioned it. All these guys are down, and you look out there, and there's Austin Trammell, who they brought up and signed from the practice squad. And there's Tim Jones, who's been around here before but was out and on the street, and they signed him this year, a couple weeks ago, actually, not that long ago. Parker Washington was dinged up a little bit yesterday, but in and out and back in, dealing with a back thing. And then, so that was the scenario late. They're on the...
What happened to De'Ami Brown?
De'Ami was what? What was it? De'Ami Brown. I can't remember. Oh, hold on. I got it here, Pete. There's got something here. I think he was in concussion protocol in the game. But he was already on the injury report going into the game anyway, with the shoulder thing. So, so they were beat up anyway.
Not one healthy receiver.
No, they had 4 receivers, including Travis Hunter, on the injury report last week. Of course, Hunter's on IR now. So going in, they all had something going on. And so, yeah, credit to Edgar Bennett, the coaching staff, to get those guys ready. And credit the guys being ready to actually go out there and somewhat perform, right? You don't have your full arsenal there. You don't have your full offense, as Liam talked about.
No, you didn't. And I think that, they look cohesive. Like, yeah, it was a lot of running the football, but when the time come to pass, like, they still did their job, So I think it begs the question now going forward, and obviously we'll talk about it when we keep it real in terms of the, the trade deadline and everything. But I think if this showed one thing, it's, it was definitely more of a vanilla offense when guys started going down, but they had more success. We saw a lot of penalties in that first half when they tried to incorporate the motions and everything. And once again, it was kind of the same story, those self-inflicted penalties. I mean, I wonder now if going forward, if you have to maybe tone it down a little bit, make it a little more vanilla, and maybe rely more on Trevor to find the guys and get them open, as opposed to relying on your motions and your scheme to scheme guys to get open, because we saw penalties a lot in the first half again.
You know what else, too? Get the damn play in and call it go. I mean, it's every single play is the play clock's winding down, and he's rushing and he's trying to change it, and get the play in, get to the line of scrimmage. If you want to change it, have enough time to change it and go. I mean, this has been going on way too long. And I think he's getting the play on time. It's just taking too long to get to out of the huddle, get lined up, decide what you're going to run. If you change it, the play clock's going down, and all of a sudden you're rushing a timeout. So I think they got to speed that up, or something's got to happen, because there's no fluidness to the play call coming in from the sideline to get into the line of scrimmage and allowing him to get everybody set and check. So they got to go faster.
And then, we're talking about injuries at wide receiver and tight end and all that. The offensive line, Ezra Cleveland goes down. Cole Van Lanen was playing earlier in the game as the extra lineman at times in certain packages, which he did in London as well a lot against the Rams. But then he has to go in at left guard, and guess what? That's the guy that triggers the silent count. So he had to kind of on the fly figure out, like, when do I put my hand out for the snap to come back? This is like going into overtime. And so he's out there. They execute it. Adoga's in as the extra lineman in a lot of those plays. And they just run the football.
He was in. He didn't block anybody, but he was in.
Okay, he was on the field, Pete. That's all I'm saying.
Van Lanen actually came in and blocked people.
Right.
I watched the tape today. Van Lanen was pretty physical in the run game, particularly when he was in at left guard. And you saw that one drive when they went right down the field in the overtime. He was physical. He got Max Crosby, put him on his back one time, about 3 yards off the ball. Now Crosby got him one time when he knifed inside, but he got it, Udoga about 8 times, I think, he knifed inside of him. So They have problems. You don't have Strange. Strange is such a big part of what they do.
Brenton
And
Strange.
you don't have him.
Yeah, unavailable for at least another week, and we'll see after that. We've been seeing him in media time at practice out on the side, at least starting to do some stuff maybe. So we'll see. I don't know.
And by the way, the left tackle, last 3 weeks, got to worry about him a little bit. He wasn't awful, but he wasn't good either.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I would say Harrison right now is by far the better player than we're seeing from the left side. Yeah.
No question about it. Harrison's been really good. Yeah. The center's been good. McCary was better on Sunday than he was the last 2 weeks. The left guard, Cleveland was struggling before he went out, by the way. He wasn't playing very well. And Little, some good, some bad.
No. Well, JP, when you said that you saw Brenton Strange doing stuff in the sideline, you don't want to give away the whole thing, but was he like taking some steps forward and like run blocking with his? Because
no idea.
I'll take it.
I think it's just literally
don't
moving,
take that.
Moving and like.
Well, he's got to miss at least another game.
Right? Choppy steps and get your arms up. I mean, if you're liability in the pass game, that's okay. But his run blocking, they definitely need that as well.
We'll see.
And Long was pretty good in the run blocking. So he did a nice job. He was pretty good when he blocked. Yeah. Now, he got hurt, right? He's the one who got hurt.
Yeah, hip/knee is what was reported during the game.
And then he also had the drop as well, correct?
Yeah.
Was that from the shot in the middle of the field?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's when he got hurt.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And by the way, Brian Thomas came back in the game after the initial injury and tried to run a route and put his foot down and just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So that's not it's funny. You sit there and you say late in the game, he's got Trammell on that one-on-one situation. He tried to go deep to him. You say, why are you throwing it to Trammell in that situation? That's all he has.
That's all it was on the field.
That's all he has.
Do. Yeah.
Right. But to Liam Cohen's point there, that drive in overtime, they ran the ball. They passed short left to Washington. He got the first down, and then they ran the rest of the time. So 10-play drive, 9 runs. That's pretty strong stuff there.
Yeah.
That they could execute that. And I'm sure the other side knew it too.
Yeah, they had a rough time blocking Crosby on plays away from him. He knifed through a bunch of times. But they had a tough time blocking Butler. Adam Butler pushed around their guys. 69. I don't know if you watched the tape or if you watched the game. You remember him saying, when you watch the tape, he was dominant on the inside. They couldn't block him at times. And he's not that player. But he played really well on Sunday.
You mentioned Etienne a little bit, and obviously the offense kind of ran through him and everything. Pete, I understand that you're a giant Tootin guy. I think a lot of people are because we've seen the glimpses. I don't think we've seen enough of the sample size, but going forward, you have Travis Etienne. This is his last year here as far as it is now. Did he make a case that do you re-sign him? Because, and I'll just say my piece real quick. I'm a big proponent, whether it's on offense or defense, that you never get rid of your best player. I think right now Travis Etienne on offense is your best player. Now, Travis Hunter was making a case for it until he got hurt. Brenton Strange was making a case for it until he got hurt. Etienne's your best player right now. Would you feel okay if he, next year comes around and you go someplace else? Because I'm going to be honest, right now I wouldn't.
Well, but what do you give him?
I mean,
what are you signing him for?
I mean, right. It'd be a 2-year deal.
Do you franchise tag him?
You could tag him too.
Yeah,
he's a running back. You could tag him. It's not a high number for the running back.
Yeah.
But it's the other thing. You talk about who's your best player. There's also position value, and is running back position value. You know what I mean? Because they're replaceable in the grand scheme of things. We all believe that. I do anyways.
No, listen, I understand they're replaceable, but has Tootin showed you enough right now? And once again, I understand we still have a lot more games to go. People got to stay healthy, all this stuff. But if Etienne goes, and once again, knock on wood, but if something happens to Etienne the next couple of weeks, and then you insert Tootin and Allen, are you confident that they can get the job done? Okay.
Yeah,
because I don't think I've seen enough.
Having said all that, I'm going to give Etienne all the praise in the world for the way he's played. Yeah. He's put his head down. He's been challenged, and he's been, like you said, their best player on offense. He's been dominant, running the football and physical. I mean, some of those runs on Sunday were physical.
Yeah.
I mean, he got after it. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I'll give him his credit, but I have a problem giving him a long-term deal.
Yeah, you're like that with most running backs, Pete.
Well, yeah, but, okay, are you going to give him James Cook money? Because, that's what he's going to want. Are you going to give him that money?
I would give him a little below James Cook money. It would be a 2-year something deal.
You give him a 3-year
deal? Or 2 or 3. Yeah, and it wouldn't be quite the James Cook because, once again, you're not asking him to do James Cook things, right? Like, James Cook is kind of their bell cow right now in Buffalo. Like,
but I mean,
ETN,
I'm going to give you an example.
Okay.
The Panthers loved Hubbard last year.
Correct.
Loved him.
Yeah.
And they gave him a new contract.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get Rico Dowdle. Mm-hmm. And Rico Dowdle comes in.
Doing his
and
thing.
Who's the lead running back right now?
Rico
Dowdle.
Yep.
Sure.
It's just, if you look at that position, you got to be careful with it, paying guys. And because you can get by with a guy for a year or two, and particularly if you draft one. Tootin's cheap now for the next 3 years.
So is Allen.
So and that matters. So I don't think they will pay him. They might tag him, but I don't think they'll pay him.
ETN with 27 scrimmage touches yesterday, 22 carries, 5 receptions, third most in his career, and the most since week 8 of 2023 for him. So they were feeding him the football certainly yesterday.
Tough too. That's the best part of it. He ran tough.
He did,
yeah,
and all game long. So good to see him. He had been in a little drought there. No games over 50 yards for 3 weeks in a row. So hopefully he's broken out of that. Let's return and the story of the ball. Where's the ball for the 68-yard field goal? Well,
you better hope the 68-yard field goal doesn't do what the 70-yard field goal did to him.
We're back in a moment. I'll tell you the story. From the backyard of the Beaches, the Ford F-150 with available Pro Power on board gives you the power of a mobile generator. Ford, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. See your local Ford dealer today. This is Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today. Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
Jaguars fans, it's time to show up and show out. Get game day ready with fresh gear from Fanatics. Rock your teal and black with the new Sideline collection, head-turning headwear, and exclusive drops you won't find anywhere else. Visit any of our 11 convenient locations throughout the stadium and rep your Jags in style. The Jaguars Pro Shop, a Fanatics experience.
It's game time, Jaguars fans. This season, feed your fandom with the Jaguars sub from Publix, the official supermarket of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Sink your teeth into crispy chicken tenders, boar's head bacon, melted cheddar, sweet coleslaw, and smoky barbecue mayo, all stacked on a fresh white roll. Taste the hype only at Jacksonville Publix locations. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Game day means it's time to get loud, get proud, and get real. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Deep Eddy Vodka brings real flavor made with real ingredients to every tailgate, watch party, and post-game toast. Handcrafted in small batches in Austin, Texas, Deep Eddy Vodka is distilled 10 times and is made with purified Texas water, real fruit juice, and pure cane sugar. Wherever you're cheering on the Jaguars, make every moment a real one with Deep Eddy Vodka, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Please stay drink responsibly. Deep Eddy Vodka is a product of Deep Eddy Distilling Company, Austin, Texas. 35 to 40% alcohol by volume, distilled from corn.
Hey, I'm Logan Cook, punter for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Driving distracted or stolen is dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for everyone on the road around you. Ride with Do Not Disturb. That call, text, or social media message can wait. Choose your music before you turn on the ignition. Anytime your eyes are not on the road ahead, you're distracted, so pay attention. But remember, drive high equals DUI. Plan ahead, have a designated driver, keep a clear head to see clear ahead, and let's get everyone home safely.
Like you're looking at it and I'm like, crap, this is a 68-yarder. And so, yeah, you look at it and it's like, kick it straight enough, kick it long enough, and it goes in. I mean, simply put, we're playing indoors and we're on natural grass. You kick it long enough and you kick it straight enough, it's going to go in. And so me and Logan kind of had like a one-on-one right before the kick, and I said, hit this ball as hard as I can. And usually when I tell myself that, I find success. So, went out there and just let it loose. I think that's when I play my best.
Cam Little, Jaguars kicker, said he got away. Went back to Oklahoma during the bye week and kind of leaned into his faith a little bit more, and it came back, and his first kick back is an NFL record, 68-yard field goal. Welcome back. It is Jaguars Happy Hour. JP Shadrick, Austin Lane, and Pete Prisco. We're on 1010XL AM, Jaguars.com, and Jaguars YouTube. Well, how about this story? I went down today just to ask, hey, what happened to the ball? Where did you guys give it to Cam after the game?
Yeah.
And they were like, wait till you hear this. So here's what happened with the K-balls. So you have a certain amount of K-balls you can have all week long, get them ready. Used to be you get them on game day, scuff them up, do what you need to do. But now that the rule changed this, you have them all week. So before the game, you test out some balls on the field, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and you probably have a ball you want to use for kickoffs, and you'll have another few balls that you use for placements, field goals, extra points. So the first placement of the game is the 68-yard field goal, and it sets the NFL record at halftime. So the equipment staff's like, hey, we're going to put this off to the side and save it and whatever. He's like, no, I want to use that ball the rest of the game. It's the best ball we have. I'm going to use that ball. So he uses the ball on every field goal and extra point the rest of the game. The ball went in the stands twice, missed the net, went over the net. The first time the fan wanted to keep it, wouldn't throw it back down to the field. So they had to go up and negotiate and barter and give. He just wanted to. He didn't know it was the ball because it's the different kick. How would he know?
Yeah.
They bartered another ball and gave the guy a ball and got the ball to throw back down to use later in the game. So apparently it went in the stands a second time. They didn't have as much of an issue getting it back that time. And so he kicked the game-tying field goal at the end of regulation. He kicked the game-winning extra point in overtime. It was all 12 points were the same football, and the equipment staff gave it to him after the game, and he's got it right now. That's
unreal.
Pretty wild.
Doesn't that ball go to Canton?
I mean, it should, right? How long will it be there? Because the way some kicks are going this year, that's another question. But
yeah, the other side, the other part of that is, so he was clearly worried about his job if he did what you said he did.
Yep.
Last week.
I mean,
so kudos
feel pressure.
to him.
And you know what? And the coaching staff stuck with him too, Pete. I mean,
Liam Cohen defended him.
Didn't hesitate.
Yeah, he did defend him. Well, it's hard to get rid of that leg.
Yeah.
But what he should have got rid of, and I hope he got rid of, was the shank balls.
Just leave those on the side.
Give them the stands.
And cut those to shreds somewhere.
You can. The fan can keep the shank balls. That's fine. Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, from now on,
they should exchange those for the guy in the stands. Here's a shank ball.
Right.
Well, I appreciate you sharing the story though, JP. Because if I ever get a ball now in the stands with extra point, who knows what that ball's been through? I'm going to be asking, okay, let's see what you got, like the game used jersey category before you get this ball back. If not, it's coming home with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
And if they knew it was that ball, they probably wouldn't have given it back.
Nah.
Right. So, but I mean, who would have thought, right? This is the same one. You think, okay, like baseball, right? They take the ball and they send it to Cooperstown, right? That's kind of what you do. Immediately.
Well, didn't they put his kick from the preseason in the hall, didn't they?
Yeah. I think he kept the ball. I think he sent like a shoe and a jersey up.
So like that stays just for a couple. How does that work?
They have like a display case out there in
for
the
a couple
lobby
weeks?
for a little. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they probably hang on to it and either archive it or have it, or they might send it back. I have no idea after that. But
this one they should keep there until somebody breaks the record.
Without a doubt.
Sure. We'll see if he gives it up, though. He might not give it. I wonder if he could use it again.
Give a fake one. Use it the whole year.
Like, can you use the same ball week over week? I don't know the rule on that. I'll be honest with
you. Listen, if you're Cam Little, if you're Cam Little right now, and you found your groove a little bit, Just give a different ball to Canton and say that was the one. All right, that's going to be the ring or whatever. You put that in Canton, and then you keep using the ball that you hit the record with, and hopefully it works out for you.
Put one of the shank balls in Canton, and it'll keep falling off the exhibit.
It'll end up on his
to
side.
The left, to the right, to the left, to the right.
Yeah, amazing.
Oh,
that's
man.
wild.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, on the game-tying field goal, we talked about it earlier. The snap was low, like all that, and Cook had to hold
Logan
it. All
Cook
that's the same
in the
ball.
Matrix.
The kid had all the pressure in the world. There's no pressure on the 68-yarder. Let's be real. There's no pressure on that one.
Right.
You're not supposed to make that. But the game-tying one, that was a pressure kick.
Yeah.
And if he had made the 68-yarder and missed the pressure kick, you still have the same questions about him. True?
Yeah, because you're losing the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you don't win. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Even
and
though
not
you
just
hit a
that,
68-yarder.
you'd say, okay, just like I just said, there's no pressure on a 68-yard kick, but there's plenty of pressure on the game-tying kick. So
Yeah.
you'd have this, you'd come out of that game, forget about not winning or losing, just on him. You'd come out of that game with the evaluation being similar to what it was last week. Big leg, got to make your kicks. But he made it. So now you don't think that.
Listen, and you obviously saw the emotion after the game too, and after the kick of Liam Cohen and Cam Little, and I can't state this enough about Liam Cohen. Obviously, he does a great job of peeling the curtain and showing behind the scenes a little bit, answering all the questions. But I think another thing that he's showcased this entire year, that he seems to have his players back. Right? When myself, when Pete, we were asking for, hey, bring some competition in. And it wasn't like Liam Cohen was directly speaking to us, even though the press conference, he may have been.
Maybe Rabbit Ears over there down the hall told him.
Yeah, but I watched the press conference, and he was adamant, saying, like, Cam Little's our guy, and that's why we stuck with him, and more props to you. But there's nothing better than being a player knowing your coach has your back, and that's what happened here with Cam Little.
No doubt about that.
You know what else?
Look at that, man.
We want to get it. I know
awesome.
we're up against it,
Yep.
but I want to get into Liam Cohen a little bit, because you remember what I said last week about this week for him? We need to talk about that, because I'm impressed by what I've seen.
Okay, we'll dig into that coming up. Second hour of the program coming up next. We've got fan questions. We're going to keep it real as always, and this is Jaguars Happy Hour.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Game day means it's time to get loud, get proud, and get real. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Deep Eddy Vodka brings real flavor made with real ingredients to every tailgate, watch party, and post-game toast. Handcrafted in small batches in Austin, Texas, Deep Eddy Vodka is distilled 10 times and is made with purified Texas water, real fruit juice, and pure cane sugar. Wherever you're cheering on the Jaguars, make every moment a real one with Deep Eddy Vodka, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Please stay drink responsibly. Deep Eddy Vodka is a product of Deep Eddy Distilling Company, Austin, Texas. 35 to 40% alcohol by volume, distilled from corn.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During Renewal by Anderson's Black Friday sales event, buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 full years. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable all year round. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home design consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
Watch the game, host your crew, or just unwind at BC Grill and Patio at Sheridan Jacksonville, part of the Marriott family of hotels. Enjoy craft cocktails, tasty bites, and indoor-outdoor seating perfect for watch parties, happy hours, and events. Mention this radio ad for 10% off food and drinks. Visit SheridanJacksonville.com or call 904-564-4772.
Look closely at the Ford F-150, and you'll see more than just a truck. You'll see hard work, a great adventure, and so much more. Inside and out, it's designed for the family, the road trip, and the most demanding job. Just another reason why Ford F-Series has been the best-selling truck in America for 48 straight years. The Ford F-150. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Come in today for a great deal on a 2025 Ford F-150. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Jaguars fans, are you ready to beat the heat? All season long, head to Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra Beach, Fleming Island, and the West Side to cheer on your Jags. And here's the game-changing play. Order the Beat the Heat Special, which includes 12 of the best wings in town, and score a free milkshake or ice-cold milk in the Jaguars souvenir cup. Thanks to our friends at Florida Dairy Farmers. Fuel up, cool down, and celebrate your Jaguars with Mr. Chubby's Wings and Florida Dairy Farmers, the ultimate game day team.
Number 2 of Jaguars Happy Hour, presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings. Before the game, after the game, and during the game, J.P. Shadrick, Austin Lane, Pete Prisco. Jaguars over the Raiders 30-29 in overtime yesterday as we take a look at the opening drive for Hour 2, presented by Target Zero. Let's get everyone home safely. The Jaguars trailed 6-0 at one point, 6-3 at halftime, 9-6 they trailed after three quarters. And then all hell broke loose in the fourth quarter and in overtime. As we mentioned, of course, in the first hour, Cam Little kicked the longest field goal in NFL history at the end of the first half, a 68-yarder. It energized the Jags bench as they headed into the locker room. Quarterback Trevor Lawrence battled an illness overnight Saturday, threw an early bad interception in the end zone, but rallied for 2 rushing scores. And the Jaguars as a team ran for a gritty 151 yards on 42 carries, I believe, total as a team. Jags defense, though, gave it up to the Raiders tight end Brock Bowers. Josh Hines Allen tied the franchise career record for sacks in the game with 1.5 in the game yesterday, but now tied Tony Brackens with 55 career sacks in Jaguars history. The injuries piled up. At least 5 players who started the game left for some time. On top of the injury report coming in, penalties still an issue. Trayvon Walker threw a punch and got ejected. But the Jags found a way, and they improved to 5-3, and the rest of the AFC South lost in Week 9. So the Jags are right there in the mix, a game and a half behind the Colts, and currently the 7 seed in the AFC playoffs if it ended today. We welcome back Austin Lane, Pete Prisco. That about covers it, I think, right?
Nicely done, yeah.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, show's over.
Yeah, you rattled through the whole game in about 2 seconds. I love it.
That's impressive.
That's right.
Yep.
So yeah, they're in it. They're right there in the mix now, but there are a lot of issues, right? A lot of injuries, a lot of things to clean up still, but they're gritty, Pete, and they're finding a way to find winning results.
And that's why I wanted to talk about before the break is, as I mentioned last week, how I thought this bye week combined with coming off those 2 losses, you get the bye, come off the bye, 2 losses. How do you handle that? And early on, it didn't look like they handled it very well. But I'm going to give Liam Cohen credit for getting his team to respond the way they did. And it was ugly, all the injuries. It wasn't a pregame. It was, third quarter, you look up and you go, what is this we're watching? It's just awful. And then all of a sudden, they walk out with a victory. And I think that's a testament to, the players, but also to him and his staff for how they handled everything coming out of that London trip and then the bye week. So I said it earlier, we didn't know much about him as a head coach. We wondered if he'd be okay, because a lot of times we see a coordinator who's a good coordinator, he's not a head coach. This man's a head coach. Okay, I firmly believe that, and you know me, JP. I wouldn't say that if I didn't believe it, and I believe it. I believe they have their head coach, and he's impressed me with how he's handled everything that could possibly go wrong with his team. And believe me, because there's a lot of it that's gone wrong, and he's done a great job with it. So I give him all the credit in the world. He's a head coach. He's not a coordinator. He's a real head coach.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was week 1 where, once you start winning football games, that's great and everything is easy. But what I'm going to judge you is based on when you start losing games. If you start going on that losing streak, what does it look like? How do you respond? Do you change up that energy? Do you change up the press conferences, or do you still remain genuine? And I think so far, whether it was wins, losses, great wins, ugly losses, I think this guy has stayed the same. And that's what you want to see. Because, and I spoke of this before a little bit, it doesn't matter if you're trying to be a hard ass in terms of an old school type of coach, if you're trying to be a player's coach. If you're genuine of who you are, players, that's all they want. Players want guys who are genuine. And that's what you get with Liam Cohen. And I think the fact that he also sticks up for his players is another great thing. I remember one of the best coaches I ever played for, his name was Clint Hurt. He was an assistant in Chicago. And one of my favorite coaches ever because I just felt like he had my back. I get in a fight with Kyle Long in a walkthrough. I throw a fit. I throw my helmet across the field. Mark Trestman throws me out of the practice. Coach Hurt chews me out. But then after he comes to the locker room and everything, he sits down and he's like, hey, Austin, I owe you an apology. I watched the film, and man-to-man, Kyle should have did what he did. And some things are greater than football. Some things revolve around being a man and your manlyhood. And he said your manlyhood was questioned. You did what you had to do, and I respect you for that. Like that conversation right there of him going out of his way to support me. I mean, he was an assistant at the time. Right now, he was defensive coordinator in Seattle. I think he's in Philly now. But it just goes to show you, man, like nothing's better than a coach who you know has your back. That's what Liam Cohen is.
And by the way, I work with Kyle Long tomorroa. I'll see him. I'll ask him about your fight.
Let him know if he wants round two. He can get it.
What did Kyle do?
No, nothing. Literally, like it was towards the end of the season. So what happened was I was playing in Chicago. I got let go during training camp, and then they bring me on like the last 2 weeks of the season. I think this is going in like this might have been. It might have been a Saturday before a game or like a fast Friday, whatever the case may be. But we're just in helmets. And, I'm giving the scout team look. And Kyle, like when it comes to me, if you push me after the whistle, I'm going to have an issue with it. So, like Kyle, it's been a rough season. And by the way, you want to talk about a team that underachieved the Chicago Bears that year. That would have been 2014. It was Mark Trestman's last year. All the expectations in the world. You had Jay Cutler, Alshon Jeffrey, Martellus Bennett, Matt Forte for his last year. Like they thought they were going to be the real deal. Yeah. And then, they lose and they lose and lose. And I come back and all that enthusiasm, all that good energy, it was like The Walking Dead. Like guys were just ready to go on vacation, right? So it was weird seeing that. But anyways, so we're in the walkthrough or whatever. Kyle pushes me a little bit. I push him back and we start throwing down. And I think Trestman had the comment of, what the bleep? This is a walkthrough. What are y'all doing? And what ends up happening, man, is so me and Kyle get tossed out of practice. Like an infant, I throw my helmet like 20 yards because I'm pissed, man. Like, I'm trying to get some playing time to put some film out there. I got Kyle Long pushing me after the whistle. Kyle's upset. And then obviously, when we're in the locker room, we go up to each other. Hey, man, it's all good. It's the end of the season. Yeah. We're not winning a lot of games. It is what it is. But, yeah, man, that was probably the last fight I was ever on a football field was Kyle Long. And you want to talk about one of the salt of the earth, one of the coolest dudes ever. Kyle Long definitely fits that mold.
But he was a maniac on the field.
Dude was an absolute maniac. Whether it was a walkthrough, a game, or like a scrimmage, like that was one guy who always gave it what he had, and I appreciate him for that.
I'll bring that up tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
I can't wait.
Me and him both got tossed out in a walkthrough.
Yeah, I'll tell him. I'll bring it up.
Had to walk off together after the fight.
Well, what the worst part was is I threw my helmet because I'm just immediate reaction. Throw my helmet, and then I think it was Vic Fangio. I forgot who I think it was Vic Fangio at the time. Goes, go pick that up. So there's nothing worse than you're trying to be a badass. You throw the helmet and try to walk off and storm off. I mean, you got to scamper back over there, get your helmet, and then walk off the field.
In '96, in the first year of '95, in the first year of the Jaguars, they had a guy they picked up from the Raiders named Ferrick Collins, and he got into a fight in practice and took the helmet off of somebody and threw it about 60 yards down the field. He did it like a shot, like a discus, and Coughlin cut him.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, he cut him.
Yeah,
man. How about that?
Yeah.
Story time with Austin Lane. I love that.
I got a bunch of them.
I love that story. That's great.
Fantastic stuff. The Jaguars now 5-3. It's on to Houston and this road trend.
Here's the other part of the equation, JP.
Yeah.
Look at their schedule compared to the Colts the rest of the way.
Okay.
One's relatively easy, and I think if you look at the strength of schedule, the Colts is brutal.
Okay. We can play this game. I know the Jags coming up have obviously the Houston Texans this week, right?
And maybe without C.J. Stroud. Maybe without Stroud.
Well, and two huge games, too, because the Texans' divisional opponent, then the Chargers, which might be in that wild card spot.
Yeah.
So
And don't have John Alt anymore.
Yeah.
Joe Alt. John Alt.
All right. So Jaguars this week at Houston. Colts this week are in Germany against the Falcons.
Right.
That's the 9th. I'm sorry. They're
not
bye
an
this
easy
week.
game.
They're
the Falcons. You never know what you're getting with the Falcons. Either it's going to be the world beaters, or they can't beat anybody. Like it's
right.
You just never know what.
Then
the
they're
Falcons.
bye, right? After Germany.
Yeah. So Germany this week, bye next week for the Colts, and the Jags have the Chargers next week.
And then they have the Chiefs, right?
Yeah,
after
week 12, Colts at the Chiefs.
That's
week
a rough
12,
game.
the Jaguars are at the Cardinals.
Right, so that's much easier.
Week 13, the Colts home against Houston. Week 13 for the Jags at Tennessee.
Okay, advantage Jacksonville.
Week 14, they play each other in Jacksonville, the Colts and the Jaguars.
Okay, they always win that game in Jacksonville. Jacksonville does. Go ahead, keep going.
Week 15, the Colts are at Seattle, and the Jaguars are home against the Jets.
Big advantage.
Week 16, the Colts home against San Francisco. The Jaguars are at Denver.
Tougher for Jacksonville.
And that's the week before Christmas, of course, too. Remember that. It's a Monday night game against San Fran, by the way, for the Colts in that situation. Sunday, the 17th, the week 17, Colts Jaguars again, this time in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
and then
week 18, the Colts at Houston.
At Houston.
And then the Jags have Tennessee.
Their schedule's much tougher.
I mean, it might come down to those two games, though, against, the Colts.
I mean, head to head, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and do you guys think, because, obviously we're starting to play the game now in terms of who the wild card potentials could be. Jaguars can still win the division and everything, but could you foresee two teams from the AFC South getting in the playoffs, or does it come down to the winner of the division to get that playoff spot?
Well, I think it comes down. I think the teams that are alive right now are the teams that look like they're going to get in. New England, Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
One from the north. I don't think you're getting two in.
So Pittsburgh or Baltimore.
Two from the west, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then one for sure from the south. And then it'll come down to the second team in the south against the third team in the west. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say.
So Chargers game is a big one.
Yeah, huge.
And you do have the tiebreaker against the Chiefs.
Yeah, because basically the Jaguars.
The Chiefs going to make a run.
Jaguars 7 seed right now. Kansas City's 5-4. Houston 3-5. Baltimore 3-5 and trending up. Cincinnati 3-6 might be done.
They're done.
So there's basically three teams outside looking in right now. One of those Kansas City 5-4. So that's where we are.
But when you look at it and you consider all that, I mean, the easiest thing to do is win the division and not worry about anybody else. You go beat the Colts twice with the rest of that schedule. I mean, if we play that schedule out on paper right now, let's just say we'll give them a split the next 2 weeks, right? They might win both of them. They might lose both of them. We'll give them a split. Then after that, it's who, JP? Read it to me, and we'll give them a win. So that gives you the 7-4.
Okay, hang on. Let's do this right now, Pete. So, at Houston this week, that would get 6-3.
Okay, but we'll give them a split on the two games, whether you do it. They'll lose one to the Chargers or the Texans. Let's just say play it that way. So that gives them 6-4, right?
Okay, 6-4. All right, home against the Chargers.
No, that counts.
They split it.
They split them.
Split the Chargers, split the Texans.
Chargers and Texans, they split those games, so they get them to 6-4. Now go after the Chargers.
Oh, I got you. Okay, my bad on that. At the Cardinals.
So let's get some 7-4. I think they win that game.
Yeah, but listen, on paper, I think you like it, but I think Arizona, they're gritty, and it's at Arizona. Like, I think
Murray gonna play?
Who's playing quarterback?
Right.
I mean, I don't think it matters. Who's the better quarterback right now, Brissett or Murray? I mean, you want to say, is Murray going to play? Would you rather see Brissett?
Let's put it this way. If Jacoby Brissett's better than Kyler Murray, which I don't think he is, by the way, and if they do, then you're going to beat the –
Okay.
He's not good.
Mm-hmm. At Tennessee.
Win.
Yeah. Home against the Colts.
Win. They always win that game.
Home against the Jets.
Win.
At the Broncos.
Loss.
At the Colts.
Loss. Even just say it's a loss.
And home against Tennessee.
Win. That gives them what? 11?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll get you in, and it might win a division.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Now, they got to navigate through a ton of injuries, so it's not going to be easy or anything. But
Sure.
But it's doable because the schedule has flipped. And by the way, Daniel Jones looked a little bit like New York Giant Daniel Jones on Sunday.
But I'm going to say this much, watching that game, I don't know what would make me more nervous about the Colts. The fact that, they have a pretty good team and they have a lot of wins, or the fact that they had 6 turnovers and only lost by a touchdown.
The game wasn't that close, though.
No, I mean, it was garbage time at the end, but I mean, listen, if you have 6 turnovers in a game, you're not going to probably win it, right? And Daniel Jones did look a lot of the old Daniel Jones, but I think I'm willing to write. I mean, once again, I'm not trying to be a Colt supporter here.
The Jaguars had 5 in a game and 1 this year.
That's
they need to. The Colts got away from who they are.
That's not a bad point.
Or no, when was that? No. Oh, the Charger playoff game. I'm sorry. That's what
that was a while
ago.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor carried 4 times on their first 3 drives. Mm-hmm. Why? Mm-hmm. They got away from who they were.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Let's come back. We're going to keep it real.
Okay.
It's been a lie this whole time.
We haven't been doing it for the first hour and 15 minutes.
Gotcha.
Huh? Okay. I didn't know that.
We'll come back in a moment. Plenty more ahead. Hey, our food option from Mr. Chubby's tonight. We had steak quesadillas.
What'd you get?
We had steak quesadillas. We had pretzel bites with cheese. Mm-hmm. And we had the Chubby-style wings, dry wings. Really good.
So what kind of quesadilla did you have?
I think it was steak.
Isn't that a chicken place? Aren't they known for their chicken?
They have chicken wings, and we had those too.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Might have to grab a little when I get out here. We'll see.
They're right in there, Austin. So
I smelled it. Thank you.
You got about 3 minutes. We're back in a moment. Mr. Chubby's Wings before the game, after the game, and during the game. And this is Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings.
Mr. Chubby's Wings is a whole lot more than just wings. Craving the ultimate game day experience? Look no further. Swing by Mr. Chubby's and indulge in the biggest and best wings in town, all while soaking up the lively atmosphere with fellow sports fans. With plenty of game day specials and locations on the West Side, Fleming Island, Ponte Vedra Beach, and new this season, Everbank Stadium, they're here for all your game day needs. Mr. Chubby's Wings is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mr. Chubby's Wings, before the game, after the game, and during the game.
It's game on, Jaguars fans, no matter where you might be. From the backyard to the beaches, the Ford F-150 with available Pro Power on board gives you the power of a mobile generator. So as long as you've got a TV and a signal, you don't have to miss another game. Just one more reason why Ford F-Series has been the best-selling truck in America 48 straight years and counting. Ford, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. See your local Ford dealer today.
To aim higher, run faster is what elite athletes do. Always strive for better. At UF Health, we have that same DNA to not just treat a stroke, but to create a fleet of mobile stroke treatment units. To not just do research, but to use AI to save lives with one of the most powerful supercomputers in academia. We believe, like athletes, that human progress has no finish line. UF Health, National Medical Center for Team USA.
Jaguars fans, are you ready to beat the heat? All season long, head to Mr. Chubby's Wings in Ponte Vedra Beach, Fleming Island, and the West Side to cheer on your Jags. And here's the game-changing play. Order the Beat the Heat Special, which includes 12 of the best wings in town, and score a free milkshake or ice-cold milk in the Jaguars Souvenir Cup, thanks to our friends at Florida Dairy Farmers. Fuel up, cool down, and celebrate your Jaguars with Mr. Chubby's Wings and Florida Dairy Farmers, the ultimate game day team.
Are you ready to love how you feel, look, and live in every season? At Elace, we offer more than just luxury med spa treatments. We provide a serene, judgment-free space where you can reconnect with the best version of you. Whether you want to refresh your natural look with Botox or Dysport, pamper yourself with a relaxing hydrofacial, or rejuvenate your complexion with laser resurfacing, our expert team in Jacksonville is here to tailor treatments to your needs. Visit Elace.com today and start your journey to loving yourself.
When it's your money, your business, or your home, you deserve a partner who sees and hears you. A partner who is by your side every step of the way. That's Ameris Bank. It's a commitment we're proud to make, and one we back up by providing financial solutions to empower you. Because at the end of the day, we are dedicated advocates for you. Visit your local branch or learn more at amerisbank.com. Ameris Bank, fiercely yours. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
Unbelievable job. Guys, real quick. Guys, so many dudes stepped up today. So many guys stepped up today. Unbelievable job. Devon Hamilton, end of game. Unbelievable job. Hey, Josh Hines Allen tying the franchise sack record. Hey, how about our quarterback, man? Hey, guys, O-line, running, unbelievable job, guys. Hey, man, that's an NFL football win. That's called responding.
That is Liam Cohen in the locker room in Vegas yesterday, and welcome back. It is Jaguars Happy Hour. JP Shadrick, Austin Lane, and Pete Prisco after a Jags overtime win over the Raiders 30-29. Our second hour presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings. And it's time for Keeping It Real, still available. What is all? Let's get your mic on, Austin. Yep. Hold on, you're not on yet.
Hold on.
There you are.
Sorry.
Yep. What's up?
I'm going to keep it real quick. Poor Cam Little in that post-interaction there. Because, I mean...
Oh, they had it. He shouted him out a few seconds later. It was edited. They had to make time. We got to fit it in certain parameters.
I know, man.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure Cam Little gets as much love as possible.
He certainly did. I think he did.
Okay.
Yes. Hold on. We got Pete. His mic is off now. Yeah, Pete's mic is off now. You got yourself muted, Pete. What are you doing? You learn how to use a computer. He says he's not muted. Well, why are you muted?
We can't hear you, man.
Can't hear you. This is probably the best part of any show. It was when Pete is muted.
Fans in the chat right now rejoicing, I'm sure.
I mean, the ratings are going through the roof right now.
Now can you hear me?
Oh, and
now we're back down again. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, no. When you look at that end of the game celebration, I mean, think about some of the guys that are right around there. You're looking at them. You're like, who's he? Who's he? Who's he? Who's that? I mean, it's incredible when you think about it.
Really cool.
I mean, it's an amazing. That really is an amazing win to do it the way you did it.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody there. And one more thing, Keeping It Real, brought to you by Lululemon. I like it.
Oh, now that would sound good. We could wear the hoodies. We could talk about keeping it real.
Stretch it out a little bit, get a little limber before we got to keep it real.
Does that mean I have to work out too?
Just a couple stretches here and there, JP. You're
a couple stretches.
Yeah, some yoga.
Yeah. You got to put it in like it's a bad thing, like it's taboo.
It's not. It's fine.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good for you.
Think I have to work out? God forbid.
Right. Hey, let's keep it real now. The trade deadline is tomorrow, 4 o'clock. What area or areas should the Jaguars look to improve before the deadline to help make a run? What deals should they be looking for here? What do you think,
Pete? What you got, man? I mean, this was your segment.
Okay.
You wanted it.
I'll give you a couple. I think they should look at a wide receiver for sure. Now, finding one available and finding one available for the right price are the other parts of the equation. Because I think they'd ideally like to get a receiver. But what are you going to give up for Jacoby Myers? What are you going to give up for Shaheed? I mean, are you going to give up a 4 or 5 to get a guy? I mean, you're desperate. See, here's where Jacksonville is right now. They're trying to build for the future while also your curve has been sped up, and now you're trying to maybe make the playoffs this year. So you're kind of caught in between. So what do you do? So I think they need to go make a move for receiver somewhere, somehow, some way, a bigger receiver. I've heard Waddle's name. He's not a bigger receiver. He's more of an inside guy. But if you could get a guy that you can put on the outside and create some problems for teams and get him into the middle of the field, I think that's something you should look at. The other thing they should look at is a defensive tackle. No question about it. I mean, if you could find somebody on a team that's being sold, and we have you have a garage sale going on in Miami that started today. Jalen Phillips was traded to the Eagles. Call them on Zach Sealer and see if you can pry him away. That's a good football player. He hadn't played as well as he did the last couple of years so far this year, but I think if you could find a way to get that guy and put him in the middle of that defense, he gives you a little push up the field. So that's something else I would look at.
So, yeah, when it comes to wide receiver, and this is what people have to understand. Like, I see, Jalen Waddle, Chris Olave. Like, yeah, if you're playing Madden, it's fun. But once again, if you're James Gladstone, you're playing for now and you're playing for the future. So if you get a guy like Shaheen from New Orleans, right? So if you get a guy like that, and let's say it's a 3rd or 4th round pick, whatever the case. Like, can you sit here and say, okay, you get him here, he's going to help you out this season, but then do you feel good about your wide receiver room next year? And I'm not sure if you do. So if that's the conversation you're having, then it's like, well, okay, we'll see with Travis Hunter and everything if it's for the right price. If you're going to sacrifice too much draft capital for wide receiver, we're still having the same conversation of, well, do you feel good about next year? No. Do you have to address it in the draft again? Maybe. Then what is it all for? I think in terms of offense, I might take a look at tight end depending on Brenton Strange, right? If Brenton Strange comes back for the Chargers, then okay. But the way the NFL is shifting now, it's always a copycat league. Teams are taking 2 tight ends now and using them and everything and using, tight end packages. If you can get a guy that's a pretty valuable tight end, whether it's in the, the receiving game or in the run game, because right now there's some injuries going on in Jacksonville, I won't be opposed to that. And it might cost you a little cheaper than maybe a wide receiver. On the defensive side of the ball, obviously it's been the same story all year. I think interior defensive line, if it makes sense, if you can generate some pass rush with this guy, not just another, run blocker per se, but a guy that's going to push the pocket and help out your defensive ends, sure. And also I think depending on injuries and everything, the secondary might you have to take a look at that, whether it's a safety position.
You can't do them all.
I'm just giving you options.
No,
I'm
because
giving you options
they're kind of caught. They're kind of caught because they gave away the draft picks for Travis Hunter, and so your draft picks are valuable to you now. And then they've got some back,
Later
in some deals, but you also got to be careful what you're giving up for it. Okay, here's a name. Okay, people have put out Jeffrey Simmons' name. There's no way they're not trading him to Jacksonville. I hear they're not trading him at all, and so you can forget about that one. What about Quinnen Williams? Would you make a call on him?
The Jets.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a guy right there where would you have to re-sign him, Pete, or what's that contract?
I have to look at his contract right now.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, that's a big part of it. But
and how old is he?
He's 27.
So he's at that target age. It makes sense.
Still has
you
a couple
get him
years
for the
left
next,
for sure.
You get him for the next 3 or 4 years. You get him to 31, 32. You got yourself a dominant interior player.
He's got a $26 million cap hit next year.
You can make the cap work every way you want to make it work.
Dead cap next year, 14.8 for him.
But what would it cost to get him, though? That's the question.
Right.
A 2?
Yeah, it would be a 2, I think.
Yeah, you're not going to give up a 1 for him. So
no.
It would be a 2 because rarely do you give up 1s for players.
No, it would probably be a 2, maybe a 3, or like a 3 and a 4 or something like that. And once again, Pete, if that's the case, right? Say in a perfect world you trade a 3rd round pick for Quinnen Williams, and now you should be good at defensive tackle for a while. Well, is that better than saying, okay, would we have to address this next year in the draft? So what? Then you're going to use a 3rd round pick on a defensive tackle, and how long will that take him to develop? Right? So
I would trade a 3rd round pick for Quinnen Williams. And I don't know if the Jets would do that, but I would definitely do that. Another one is Onyemata from Atlanta. David Onyemata. He's been around for a while. He's another one. But they need to find somebody. And if they could give up a 3 and a 5 or something and come out with a defensive tackle and a wide receiver, I think they'd be happy with that. Yeah. And they should be. If you could get Zach Sealer and Jacoby Myers for a 3 and a 5, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's keep it real. We'll see if they actually pull the trigger. I'm sure the phone's ringing, especially after yesterday, all the injuries.
I'm sure the phone's ringing. I'm sure they're calling.
Yeah. I don't know mine if it was keeping it real or keeping it Madden, because I gave you like 5 different outcomes there. So I may have had keeping it Madden a little more, but it's all good.
You had every position on the team. and by the way, if you could find an offensive lineman, you would try and do that too, but nobody gives up offensive linemen. You can forget about them.
You got to keep them for yourself. Yeah. PRI Productions, the Southeast full-service event company, has everything you need to bring your next idea to life. Visit PRIProductions.com and learn more. The fan questions when we come back. It's Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings.
Mr. Chubby's Wings is a whole lot more than just wings. Craving the ultimate game day experience? Look no further. Swing by Mr. Chubby's and indulge in the biggest and best wings in town, all while soaking up the lively atmosphere with fellow sports fans. With plenty of game day specials and locations on the West Side, Fleming Island, Ponte Vedra Beach, and new this season, Everbank Stadium, they're here for all your game day needs. Mr. Chubby's Wings is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mr. Chubby's Wings, before the game, after the game, and during the game.
It's here that a tiny newborn has the heart surgery needed to save her life. It's here that a first grader learns to speak clearly and confidently. It's here that a 12-year-old athlete builds the strength to run full speed again. It's here at Wolfson Children's Hospital that answers are found, courage is shown, and odds are beaten every day. Wolfson Children's, always here. Visit wolfsonchildrens.com.
Hey, I'm Logan Cook, punter for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Driving distracted or stolen is dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for everyone on the road around you. Ride with Do Not Disturb. That call, text, or social media message can wait. Choose your music before you turn on the ignition. Anytime your eyes are not on the road ahead, you're distracted, so pay attention. But remember, drive high equals DUI. Plan ahead, have a designated driver, keep a clear head to see clear ahead, and let's get everyone home safely.
The Jaguars bring performance, strength, and passion to every play. And you'll find the same when you bank with Everbank. Open an Everbank Performance Savings account and score serious savings. See what you could earn at everbank.com/Jaguars. Everbank, advantage you. Member FDIC and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville builders score big with DL Cabinetry. As the official cabinet supplier of the Jacksonville Jaguars, they offer top quality kitchen and bathroom cabinetry for any project. Enjoy fast turnaround, complimentary design, and great prices. Visit dlcabinetry.com today to learn more and to become a dealer. Limited spots available. DL Cabinetry, the winning choice for builders.
Before you found out about Breeze Airways nonstop routes, your flight up north may have gone something like this. Drive to the airport, fly west to a hub, lay over for 4 hours, realize you need to take a shuttle to the other terminal, board another flight north, get a rental car, drive another hour, get there, exhausted. But now you can book a straight-shot Breeze flight to Providence on a nice plane with nice people for a nice price. Breeze Airways, seriously nice.
When you can run the ball like we did today and stay on schedule and consistently have that threat of the run game and running as well as we did, I mean, that's huge. And I think those guys feed off that, and you can see them getting going. Obviously, they want to move people, run the ball. That gets them kind of in a groove. And then it was cool in the overtime drive how many times, I think we ran it like 7 times straight or something, maybe more than that. So just to see those guys continuing to step up and move the line of scrimmage when everybody in the stadium knows you're running it is pretty impressive.
That's Trevor Lawrence, Jaguars quarterback, with the largest sweatshirt ever after the game in Las Vegas. Welcome back.
By the way, he did look like a ghost.
I know, right?
Dude.
Wiped out.
Milk of magnesia he had going on there, man, in that skin. Yeah.
I saw something where it said that his wife was also sick.
I don't know. Yeah.
She put something on that people were sharing. Yeah. I guess they're both sick. So let's go and quarantine Trevor for a couple of days from this team, I guess.
Yeah. Keep him away from them.
Yeah.
Wow.
You hope that doesn't get through the team, unless it was a food issue or something, a food poisoning issue or something.
I don't know. If they're both sick, who knows, man?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how it
He didn't
works.
look good. He doesn't look good. He toughed it out. That might, that might be the moment where people look at him and go, okay, the flu game. Or whatever it was.
It's not the Utah Jazz in the finals, but you know what? Hey, it's fine.
And also keep in mind that he just became a father, so sometimes, the babies and everything. I mean, listen, I went through my fair share of sickness when, I had to watch my little one and everything, so that can happen as well. It's part of being a dad. You have to invest in the germs. They're little germ deposits. It's the little kids. I mean, that's what happens.
Or they ate something bad.
Yeah, that one of those. Yeah,
possible. Time now for fan questions from X. We put the cat signal out earlier today. Here's the best we've come up with. Our first question today at JBS Inslee: what can the Jaguars do to improve pass defense coverage? Anybody?
Rush the passer. Rush the passer.
Yeah, I mean, rush the passer for sure. I think getting Lloyd back will help. But at the end of the day, this isn't really a schematic thing, right? I think this is more of a personnel thing right here, which is
correct.
It's wild because the first couple of weeks I was sitting here saying, okay, is Campanelli going to get poached by somebody else next year because his defense is playing so well? Now you've kind of come back down to reality a little bit, but you can only scheme it up so much. Right. Eventually, players got to do their part as well, and I think that's what we're looking at right now.
And you have to have the players, and quite frankly, they don't in some spots, and it restricts what he can do.
Next question. At Chav16T, does Liam Cohen's offensive scheme not suit the skill set of Brian Thomas Jr.?
In what way?
Yeah.
I mean, the way what are his best routes down the field, right?
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
what's Mike Evans' best routes?
Everything. And down the
field, and he'll run some in breakers, but it's not a very varied tree for him. So no, I don't buy that. Let's not try and put Brian Thomas's problems on somebody other than Brian Thomas. And it looked to me like Sunday was going to be a little bit of a moment for him where, and I know he had the bye week and they talk with him and everything else, but it looked like he was maybe getting out of his funk, didn't it? A little bit?
I mean, Cohen said he had his best week of practice, whatever. So, he was,
you saw him in the game. Yeah, he had, 4 catches in the game? Something like that.
But even on the one where he got hurt, that was a pretty good play. Mm-hmm. But didn't he get the feeling when he was running that he was looking around for somebody who's going to hit him?
It's kind of felt like that all year. It's kind of felt like that all year.
But did you? Here's the other part of that. And watching the tape, he got hurt on the tackle. If he just stays outside, there's nobody there. Just keep running to the. You know what I mean? When he cut back in a little bit, and that's when he got hurt. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, just took my opinion to answer the question quick. If you would have said that when he was out of college, I may have agreed with you just because in college he was kind of known as the guy that just likes to run deep. But last year he showed he can do everything, right? So if that's the case and you're the one receiver last year, then it's hard to justify making up excuses saying, well, he doesn't fit this scheme. I think when you're a good to great wide receiver, you should be able to fit any kind of scheme, including this one with Liam Cohen.
There's nothing real sudden about the way he's playing right now to me. You know what I mean? There's no suddenness to it. Last year, and I went back and watched some games last week of him, and there was more suddenness to him. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Even on the trick play, that thing was a disaster from the word get-go, by the way.
Well, it took an hour and 30 minutes to get to that play. I was waiting for Pete to bring that up. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna sit here and praise the hell out of that guy for being a good coach. That was stupidity. I mean, give me a break. Let's throw it back. He couldn't reach him. He grabs it. They're double covering him, and it's just a bad play. And if you watched Brian Thomas on that play, you're supposed to stalk block him and then go, and he clearly doesn't really sell it at all.
He just runs.
Well, he had 2 guys on him. I don't think anybody bought that. Yeah.
No. In the beginning, when he was running, he was only a 1-on-1, and the guys covered him in man coverage, and you're supposed to make it look like you're blocking him, and then take off and go. The guy couldn't even come close to selling it to him. But that play, here's what you do with that play. Chalk it up to crappy play and burn it. Put it in a cylinder and take that play and throw it in there and don't ever use it again.
All right, then. You're right. I'm shocked it took us an hour and a half to get to that. But here we are in the middle of hour number 2. Next question from 2 different questioners. At the Black Gatsby and at Baloo Stan. What are your thoughts on re-signing Travis Etienne Jr. and Monteric Brown?
That's my burner account right there.
And Monteric Brown after their rookie contracts are up this year.
Well, ETN, I said what I said. I don't think you give him if you want to bring him back on a 1-year deal, that's fine. But I'm not giving him a 3-year deal, making, running backs type money right now. I'm just not. And as far as Monteric Brown, 1-year deal, you want to come back, buddy? We'll give you. I mean, do you think there's going to be a market for him out there? I mean, come on. Yeah. He's a good, feisty backup. That's what he is on your team. You don't want him starting, and you want him being a backup. And it's nice to have good backup corners, and he's a pretty good backup corner, but you're not going to give him any money either.
Had a nice play yesterday.
He had a nice play, and I also said what I said, too, about Travis Etienne. I think when it comes to your best players on offense or defense, you make it a habit and you make it a priority to keep them. So I think you find a way to keep them for at least another year, whether that's the franchise tag or that's re-signing them. But
what is the tag number, by the way, Pete? Do you know offhand?
Well, no, but it'll be different next year because of the number went up, I think. You got to factor in Cook's contract into that now.
Cook, you got McCaffrey.
It's not hot. It's not that bad. It's only what?
Okay, so running back.
Saquon's
this is overthecap.com. Projected 2026 franchise tag for running back 14.1.
Yeah, now Austin's sitting there thinking,
no. I'm thinking for a franchise tag, why don't you just pay him like a 3-year contract and maybe give him a little below that? What? I'm not going to maybe necessarily burn my tag on him if you have to sign somebody else. I don't even know what the contract.
I just think they have so many other needs that if you're going spending money on a running back like that, when you could draft another one in the 5th round and maybe you could, you know what I mean? I just think
go ahead, Pete. Sorry.
I just think their needs are bigger at other spots.
No, I hear you. And listen, go ahead and draft another guy, and hopefully it works out because history has shown in the NFL, if you drafted running back late rounds, it does work. But that's a risk. That's saying we're not quite sure. And right now with Tootin, have I seen some good? Sure. But can I sit here and say right now I'm confident with him being the starting running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2026? I can't say that. I am with ETN. So I don't want to open up more question marks and more holes until I've seen more. And where it stands right now, and once again, you still have a bigger sample size, so maybe Tootin can earn that role. But where it stands right now, I want to see ETN next year as well because he's the best thing you got on offense.
Next question at Jags1185. Will this forever be who Trevor Lawrence is? Why can't he seem to break free from it? He constantly makes dumb decisions and throws in the red zone and some other decisions as well.
I think that's the question everybody's asking. And I think even people in the organization have to be asking that question because the bottom line is something from point A to point B short circuits when he's on the field. Because there are moments when you look at him and you go, okay, here he goes. Yeah. And then there are moments you look at him and you go, oh my God, what did he just do? And so, because like I said last week, he puts the work in, he knows the playbook, he knows the calls, and yet we see this glazed look at times when the play's coming in and he's getting the mechanics of it going and he gets to the line of scrimmage and and then he starts feeling phantom pressure at times even when it's not there and he's getting out and he's moving and he's not getting to the second read. And then there are moments when he goes, like on Sunday when he had nothing and he played after the interception, he played good football. Was it great football? No, but it was good, fundamental, sound football. And so is he ever going to be the guy they thought he was going to be when they picked him first overall? Probably not. Probably not. Is he ever going to be awful? Probably not. Mm-hmm. So I think he's going to be somewhere in between, and then you got to hope he pushes more toward the top than rather to the bottom.
No,
I think that's what you got with him.
Yeah, I think that's what you got as well. And listen, it's one thing if it's like mechanics, you can fix it if you're Liam Cohen. Okay, well, his arms angle or something. It's not that.
Well, they did some footwork
psychosomatic,
stuff.
But it's the decision making. And listen, I played on the other side of the ball, so I don't even want to pretend I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the mind of a quarterback. But that's the issue. It's the confidence and it's the decision making. And I don't know how you get through to somebody to fix that. I think that's just kind of who you are.
And I go back to what I said a couple weeks ago about how he, in the moments when you don't expect him to be that guy coming, you know what I mean? When they're behind and he doesn't have the pressure of it. He seems to play better. When he's done that in his career. When he takes the field and you're in a big game and it's all rigid to start the game, he just doesn't seem like, you know what I mean? He doesn't seem like he responds to that better. So maybe there's something here.
Yeah, he's got to get hit a couple times. They've said that. He said that. I think Liam Cohen probably, thinks that too. Hey, let's get him lathered up a little bit.
Sometimes that helps.
Now we can play some football here.
Yeah.
Next question at Lever Torrance. I don't think that's Trevor. Maybe that's his burner.
Might be a burner.
This is an 8 or 9 win season. Does that turn out to be disappointing after the hot start, or is that still a hell of a season for a new head coach and 50% roster turnover?
If they get to 9 wins, are you kidding me? With that team, the way it's constructed right now, the fans should be thrilled with that.
You had them at 11,
and by the way,
Pete.
I think they're getting the 9.
Yeah.
But they should be thrilled with that if they get to that.
You had them at 11 earlier.
Nah, I don't know. I mean, I'm saying they can get to 11. It's more like 9 or 10. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they should be thrilled, but it's also going to depend what this looks like. I think the big question is how does Trevor finish? What does this offense look like? And granted, you may not be at full health and everything, but at the end of the day, it's the NFL. And I think Liam Cohen was brought here to improve this offense. And can they do that, whatever these last, whatever we're at now, 9-10 games? I mean, time will tell. But I think the record, you'd take that. But it's also what it looks like.
One more question tonight at Nick Pope Joy. Can Austin lock the rest of the games this season?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest.
He needs 2 more to get the hoodie.
I know. I need 2 more for the hoodie, which I want. But also, I kind of felt like Thanos a little bit when his daughter's like, "Did you win?" Yeah, we won. What it cost? Everything. I mean, we're down Travis Hunter. Trevor Lawrence got sick. Like, listen, I want to pick this Houston game coming up, and I thought about it, but for the sake of this team and the health. Maybe even you, JP, I'm not going to pick it this week. I'm going to let everybody just relax, recuperate, and hopefully maybe in a couple weeks I'll be back.
I got news for you. Remember, Pete said we're going to wait another week. If they win this week against the Raiders, he would lock next week against the Texans. You said that, Pete.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
I did not say that. No, I did not say that.
I remember you saying it.
Let's go back to the All-22.
No.
Did he say it?
If CJ Stroud isn't playing, I might. We don't know, though.
So you're not going to lock it?
No, I'm not locking that. I don't lock road games. I told you that.
Got to risk
Austin,
for the best.
you want to double down?
We're down a couple guys right now. No, man. Like I'm not putting the team in jeopardy anymore.
Just asking.
Well, let me ask you this: would you rather be down a couple guys and play Davis Mills, or would you rather have your guys and play C.J. Stroud?
No, I mean I'd probably rather play Davis Mills, honestly.
Yeah, of course.
But
of course.
Listen, if I go and lock this one, it could be like a food poisoning outbreak. Like, no, I'm good, man. I'm gonna let them do their thing this week.
And I told you I don't
evaluate.
lock road games, so you know that wasn't. I didn't say that.
You totally said that, Pete.
No, I didn't. I said all last week. You remember, Austin? I said I don't lock road games.
Yeah, that's you backing up right now, Pete. That sound effect. That's you backing up.
No, I don't lock road games. Talk to me next week when they play the Chargers.
Okay. Wow.
What about how we feel about Arizona though, Pete? You said Arizona's going to be a win. We're not going to lock the way in Arizona.
No, I'm not locking. I don't lock road games. I'm not locking them. Anything can happen on the road.
You're missing out. They've won some road games this year.
They have won road games.
Yeah. There you have it. Fan questions are in. No locks this week. Back in a moment, and we'll go around the National Football League. This is Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings.
Mr. Chubby's Wings is a whole lot more than just wings. Craving the ultimate game day experience? Look no further. Swing by Mr. Chubby's and indulge in the biggest and best wings in town, all while soaking up the lively atmosphere with fellow sports fans. With plenty of game day specials and locations on the West Side, Fleming Island, Ponte Vedra Beach, and new this season, Everbank Stadium, they're here for all your game day needs. Mr. Chubby's Wings is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mr. Chubby's Wings, before the game, after the game, and during the game.
Jacksonville's own Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, just scored big, winning 2025 National Builder of the Year. And right now, Dreamfinders is running its best game plan yet, offering winning interest rate incentives and move-in ready homes available today. With 20-plus communities right here in Jacksonville and over 40 across Florida, from Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa, Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to be. Visit dreamfindershomes.com and move into your dream home today.
Hey, I'm Logan Cook, punter for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Driving distracted or stolen is dangerous for you, and it's dangerous for everyone on the road around you. Ride with Do Not Disturb. That call, text, or social media message can wait. Choose your music before you turn on the ignition. Anytime your eyes are not on the road ahead, you're distracted, so pay attention. But remember, drive high equals DUI. Plan ahead, have a designated driver, keep a clear head to see clear ahead, and let's get everyone home safely.
A bold change. A historic development is underway for the Bold City, and the Jacksonville Jaguars and team partners are a part of it. Introducing First and Forward, a development partner program highlighting the significant contributions made toward the transformative efforts to the city of Jacksonville. Thank you, Belter, Brooks Building Solutions, Jackson Electric Supply, Office Images, Sims Crane, Start Tech, and People's Gas. Championing progress on the field and in the community. The First and Forward program. The First Coast Forward Together. To learn more, visit jaguars.com/forward together.
Look closely at the Ford F-150, and you'll see more than just a truck. You'll see hard work, a great adventure, and so much more. Inside and out, it's designed for the family, the road trip, and the most demanding job. Just another reason why Ford F-Series has been the best-selling truck in America for 48 straight years. The Ford F-150. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Come in today for a great deal on a 2025 Ford F-150. Only at your local Ford dealer.
What's Here is a place that generations have trusted to help their kids grow up healthy and strong. What's Here are caregivers with knowledge and expertise rivaling any children's hospital in the world. What's Here is the only Level 1 pediatric trauma center in our region. What's Here is Wolfson Children's Hospital, with the technology, research, and dedication to save and change countless young lives. Wolfson Children's, always here. Visit wolfsonchildrens.com.
Logan puts it down. Cam Little kicks it up. The 68-yard field goal is good! He drilled it from 68 yards on the last play of the half. How good is that?
Well, it's so good that it was an NFL record. That's how good it was. 68-yarder, Frank Frangie with a call of the game presented by Coil Fence. Since 1927, we've been around the block and fenced it too. J.P. Shadrick, Austin Lane. Pete Prisco's Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings from the Hyundai Studios. And for 12 years, Dreamfinders Homes has been proud to call themselves the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all the available inventory. And go Jags. Let's go around the National Football League. 4 teams on a bye this week. Browns, Eagles, Jets, and Buccaneers. Thursday night, the Ravens might have found themselves back in the playoff mix with a win over the Dolphins, 28-6. Do you buy that, Pete?
Yes. They're going to have to do some work starting this week at Minnesota, but they look like they're back into the mix. You have Lamar Jackson, you're going to be in it.
Yeah, but anybody's back against the Dolphins, though, I feel like. But yeah.
That's true. That's true. It's like a bye week.
Get right game.
Sure. Bears-Bengals, wild back and forth ending, Austin. This was an unnecessary touchdown allowed by the Bengals late.
Yeah, unnecessary touchdown. And obviously, maybe a little civil war brewing up there in Cincinnati in that locker room because the offense seems to be a little fed up right now with their defense, and rightfully so. I mean, Joe Flacco, who, I don't know, is like 50 years old, throws for over 400 yards, and you can't win a football game?
They've given up 1,100 yards the past 2 weeks.
Oh, what?
To the Jets and the Bears.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Nasty. Vikings beat the Lions 27-24. McCarthy was back. Is that right?
Yeah, he was okay. He did some good things. He did some bad things, but he was okay. The difference in that game, Brian Flores was all in the Lions' bag. He had Jared Goff like thinking on every play. It was a really good defensive performance.
Panthers beat the Packers on a field goal at the end, 16-13.
Yeah, there's
terrible.
Yeah, there's panic right now with my friends in Wisconsin, man. And like it's kind of the same thing with LaFleur, and like I haven't watched every single Packer game, every minute of it, but I get this sense, and I agree with this. They don't know who they are on offense. You have Matt LaFleur, who you have Josh Jacobs, you want to give him the rock, but also you have Jordan Love, who's your franchise quarterback, but you're trying to like taper him off a little bit. They just don't know who they are.
Yeah, the other part of that is it was a classic look ahead. You come off the big win against the Steelers and beat Rodgers, and you got the Eagles next Monday night.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you look up and you're in a game and you can't get out from underneath it.
Broncos beat the Texans 18-15. C.J. Stroud in concussion protocol as of today. We just heard this afternoon. Patriots beat the Falcons 24-23. Niners over the Giants 34-24. Steelers beat the Colts 27-20. That helps, Boston.
Helps a lot. Yeah, it was a big game. Not the Colts' best game. Obviously, they're all saying, it's only going to make us better and everything. But it was the old Daniel Jones came out for an appearance. Now whether that was a one-off or not, we'll see. But it's reminiscent of the New York Giants.
Play calling was bad, too.
Chargers beat the Titans. That's always good. 27-20. Rams over the Saints. 34-10. The Bills beat the Chiefs. 28-21. I didn't see a lick of this game because it was on at the same time as ours.
Well, I can tell you this with 100% certainty that the Bills' defense actually did what they wanted to do to Mahomes, which was limit the big play. And the Bills play a lot of zone coverage and rush with 4, and Joey Bosa got after the quarterback, and that's why you get him. You go get Joey Bosa for those games, and particularly those games in January. And so I think look, they beat him in the regular season. Now it's time to go beat him in the postseason.
And finally, last night, the Seahawks over the Commanders 38-14. Jaden Daniels with dislocated elbow late in the game, left elbow. There's all these questions. Should have been out of the game. It's the NFL.
Yes, he should have been out of the game.
But
I think these coaches drive me crazy. You don't keep your quarterback in the game.
Really?
The game's decided. Get him the hell off the field.
So you're done by 31 points with 8 minutes left in the game.
Or don't let him run around.
Okay,
hand the ball off.
Guess what, though? He's a football player. Sometimes it's a coach's job to save the player from themselves. And that's what could have happened last night. Didn't do it.
But, okay, and you said hand the ball off, then put the backup in to hand the ball off. What do you need the starter in there for?
All right, fine.
And, and by the way, the same people that are griping and moaning about this never griped and moaned about it with Tom Brady when he did it. Bill Belichick did it all the time and kept him in. It used to drive me crazy. Get him the hell out of the game. The game's decided. The only thing that can happen is bad. Get him out.
By the way, test came back negative. How does that? I mean, I get it was dislocated, but the test came back.
I guess he didn't tear anything in there, right?
He's probably only a couple weeks now.
Anomaly, man. It's a mystery.
I mean, same thing for Travis Hunter, too.
This is why you got to do your yoga. Did you see what yoga does? I guarantee Jane Daniels does yoga.
Probably does.
Dude bent his elbow in every which way. He's coming back in 2 weeks, JP.
Yeah, you don't know what's wrong with Travis Hunter. They haven't said.
No, there was just that report. It was not an ACL tear.
Yeah, but it still could be something else.
Right. They're waiting on more stuff. So, to your point. There you have it. That's a look around the games that happened earlier this week. Monday Night Football. It's a battle of losing teams. Kyler Murray is out. Jacoby Brissett is in for the 2-5 Arizona Cardinals. They visit the 3-4-1 Dallas Cowboys with a 4th-ranked offense and one of the worst defenses in the NFL. Jerry Jones apparently made a trade. He won't say who. Who you got in Arlington?
I have the Cowboys. I think they were struggling last week. They struggled last week against Denver on offense. They'll get it back in gear. And Jacoby Brissett, please stop it. He isn't better than Kyler Murray. But he doesn't. But here's the problem. He doesn't come close to making the same amount of money as Kyler Murray, and they're looking to get out of that, I think.
I'm going to take CM Punk in the aftermath with Jey Uso. I'm going to watch Monday Night Raw tonight as opposed to watch this football game. So, But, yeah, I guess the Cowboys, whatever.
I don't know what the hell you just said.
Yeah, it's wrestling stuff. Don't worry, man. Monday Night Raw.
By the
Netflix,
way, if the
check
Cardinals lost, would the Jaguars be interested in bringing Calais Campbell back?
Ooh, that's not. I'll always be happy to have Calais Campbell back. I know that.
I mean,
remember they were after they talked to him about coming back, and he ended up going to Arizona. So
yeah.
I mean, guy spends what $500,000 on his body a year. He's still ready to play. I like it.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
Yeah.
There you have it, Monday Night Football. The picks are in. So, I'm curious if multiple deals get done by tomorrow. Curious.
I think there will be one deal done for sure.
One deal.
I'm almost positive.
Offense or defense?
One will get done.
Which side are we
I don't know which
in?
one, but one of them will get done.
Oh, come on, Pete. You know.
Lock something in, man. Let's go. What are we doing?
I don't know.
Why don't you lock that?
If I had to guess, it would be a receiver.
Really? You going to lock that?
No. It's on the road.
The receivers are on the run. That's right. You totally said that last week, by the way. If they beat the Raiders, you would lock next week. You did.
No, I did not. I know what I say. I don't lock road games.
I'm going to go back to last week's show and watch it.
And,
if it
by
happens,
the way,
I'll post it on Twitter.
particularly will not lock back-to-back road games. That's brutal to do in the NFL.
If you find it, put it up, tag us all, and we can prove Pete wrong.
I didn't say I would lock that. I did not.
We'll see.
No, I did not.
I guess we'll find out.
Eye in the sky doesn't lie. We'll find out real quick.
It watches us
Find
all.
out.
Yeah.
Pete?
And then, will you eat your words if I didn't say that?
I will.
Okay.
Gonna eat it with my peanut butter cups from Halloween.
Will you is the question, Pete.
I know I didn't say it, so I'm not going to worry about
So
it.
you're not gonna, okay. That's Pete Prisco, clearly. That's Austin Lane. I'm JP Shadrick. Thanks for watching and listening. Our thanks to Joe Fortunato, Brent Reber, and our entire crew. This has been Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Mr. Chubby's Wings.